I want it all, and I want it now.
Keith Sheldon became a member of the cabin crew.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends, yup!
Rodrigo Pacheco has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends, yup!
Tango Tango has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends, yup!
Joel Vitor has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends, yup!
Nicholas Gargano has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends, yup!
Sanat Pantekeka has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends, yup!
Remy Axis has just boarded the plane.
I want it all, and I want it now.
Edrob 2 became a member of the cabin crew.
I want it all, and I want it now.
Jos Van Damme became a member of the cabin crew.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends, yup!
LearnPhysics_Homk has just boarded the plane.
I want it all, and I want it now.
Dirk Carmelk became a member of the cabin crew.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends, yup!
Jose_DH_VAR has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends, yup!
Jaffo 326 has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends, yup!
Jose_DH_VAR has just boarded the plane.
Thank you!
Did we just become best friends? Yup!
Jaffo 326 has just boarded the plane.
Thank you!
Did we just become best friends? Yup!
Phil P has just boarded the plane.
Thank you!
Did we just become best friends? Yup!
Vyacheslav Sikorsky has just boarded the plane.
Hey guys, how's it going? Starting soon. Got everything ready? Ah! Here we go. How is everybody today? Oh, it's the Fighting Fantasy shelf. Look at all those beautiful books we've got. Oh, and we're going through them one by one. Let's try that again, shall we? Hello, welcome everybody. Welcome to another Fighting Fantasy. And, yeah. It's, here it is. We're here again, Fighting Fantasy. And before we start, I want to say thank you to everybody who's subscribed to the channel since the last Fighting Fantasy. So Keith Sheldon, you actually joined as a member of my channel as a first-class passenger. So thank you very much. That's really appreciated. If anybody wants to help support the channel and join as a member, there's a join button down below, and you'll get access to archives of Fighting Fantasy going back like 3 years, when we first started back in, I think, 2018, 2019, something like that. So I think it's a bit more than 3 years, but you get all those early ones we did, and I think we've even done this already. So you can go find out how he did back then. Also, thank you, Rodrigo Pacheco. I'm sorry if I've mispronounced that. Thank you for your subscription. Tango Tango, thank you very much. Joel Vitter, thank you very much. Nicholas Gargano. Sanepant Ekachio. Very sorry if I've mispronounced that. But thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Remy Axis, thank you. Ed Rob 2, thank you for joining as a member, as a first class officer. Spellsing also joined as a first class passenger. Thank you very much. Jos Van Dam, not Jean-Claude Van Damme, but Jos Van Dam. He also joined as a first class passenger. Thank you very much. Learn Physics Teshi Mech, thank you very much. Dirk Carmelk, thank you very much for you joined as a first class passenger as well. Jose de Hva, thank you very much for your subscription. Javo326, thank you very much. Phil P and Weislaw Sikorsky, thank you very much for your subscriptions. I really appreciate everybody who has subbed to the channel. And if we have any more during the stream, it will actually alert now just above me in a box. So here we go. Wargaming Dad, Flaming Heron, how's it going? Plenty of announcements. Yes, I thought I'd replay the ones that were missed. I want to recognize people that have subbed to the channel and that. So I really appreciate every single subscription. I'm almost at 5,000 subscribers now, and the way YouTube works is when you hit between 5,000 and 6,000. Like, YouTube begin promoting your channel more within the YouTube community. And as you know, there's millions of people. So, like, what tends to happen between 5,000 to 10,000 subscriptions on any channel, it starts to shoot up exponentially. And I've seen that growth in my analytics. It's been going from like this kind of rise to that kind of rise now. So I remember when I first started doing YouTube back in 2018, like, it took a while to get to 1,000 subscribers, and when I did, and then I got to a certain amount of viewers, a certain amount of watch time, I was able to monetize my channel and actually then earn money. But I mean, that happened in 2019, so it only took me a year to monetize the channel. But it, like, I think it was like that first year I was getting something like 20 quid every month. Like, sorry, 20 quid every 3 months. Sorry. But they could be, the reason it was is because they wouldn't pay out until it hit 60 quid to me. So I was getting like every 3 months a payout. And then in 2020, obviously everybody was bloody quarantined and that. It went up, and I was getting some. It was more like I was getting it sort of every 6 months. But it was like 50, 60. It was like, no, I was getting it every 2 months, but it basically doubled. It was like every 2 months, and I was getting like 60 quid, so that's like 30 quid a month. And then 2021, 2022, it grew. And currently, I get about, each month I get a payout, so it's between 85 and £100, but I put that money straight back into YouTube. I do giveaways, and I'll be doing a giveaway actually for Flight Sim today. After the stream, I'll be going live with a vlog, and I'll announce the giveaway winner for there. Which reminds me, I feel so ashamed to say this, but I still have to I've got the books and I still have to post it out. I'll be doing that today. After the stream, after the vlog, I'm going to go post these books to a Fighting Fantasy winner. Do you remember I did a giveaway like last year? And just out of circumstance, like, I've already sent them out, but they never arrived. So I've had to send them out again. But I've just, to get round to it. And I've got to send them off today. I feel so ashamed for not sending them. And I don't know why the first lot didn't make it, so... Wargaming Dad, thank you very much. I'm good. Yeah, good. It's yeah, the channel's growing quite well. Like, nearly hitting. Literally, I am a few subscribers away from 5,000. So I'm happy with it, with its growth, and like the only way is up. So, hey Leo M, how's it going? How is everybody? How is the winter treating you down there? Down under. Yeah, I hope we don't get double six today. Yeah, me too. Like, we've had a couple of times where it's bloody double sixed, and that's like, no, I don't like that. I don't like. I prefer it when the enemy rolls a double six because, oh no, sorry. When we roll a double one, it's a death. When we roll a double six, it's an instant death for them. It's the double ones that's been getting us, not the double sixes. Sorry. The meteoric rise of Fighting Fantasy, guys. My hope, my dream is that Fighting Fantasy has its own channel on YouTube that is dedicated to Fighting Fantasy. And then we'll be streaming more often than every fortnight. It will be a minimum of once a week, possibly twice a week. That's the goal that I'm aiming for. But in order for that to happen, I need a lot more support for it to become a dedication of time, because like where I live, it's supported accommodation, so the government pays for this, and I don't want to live here forever. I want my own place. So in order to get that, you're gonna need like a mortgage. And unfortunately, with the freelance work I do, banks don't tend to take that into consideration when you're looking for a mortgage. So I need like a job with a real world. So like I've applied for Next, and we'll see how that pans out in the future. But hopefully, like, the job, you know, will ensure that I have like an income that a bank can say, yes, we'll give you a mortgage, mate. So game books in general having a bit of resurgence recently. Yes, they are. I mean, all part and parcel due to Ian and Steve that have continued to write and promote these books, and other writers have joined in. I know Jonathan Green, he also writes for himself, but he also writes for Fighting Fantasy, and they've had guest writers. Terry Pratchett's daughter, Rihanna, she's, you know, done a book, and I think more than that, the community have gotten involved, and sort of a lot of people have published their own books, you know, their own ideas with the sort of the framework of Fighting Fantasy, and I think that's great. I think honestly, it's these books, I feel, provide a alternative to video games. And if the electricity goes out in your property and you can't play on your console or your PC, that's where you get these and a candle out, and you have a great night. The older brigade are introducing their kids. Yes, I mean, I've tried to play these books with my children, but unfortunately, I've got to be with them in order to do that. So they've never really taken to these books. Maybe I haven't tried hard enough, or I don't know. They do enjoy me reading books though to them. So, but yeah, parents and their kids. That's where, you know, you pass your passion on down, don't you? I know I've gotten a lot of people into these books as well who've never heard of these. So Jonathan Green's books are brilliant. Dracula Curse the Vampire is your favorite. I've not read that one yet. I've not read it. I actually had a writer for Fighting Fantasy contact me ages ago, asking me to change if I wouldn't mind changing the title of one of my books. It was the vampire one. What's it called again? I forgot the name of my own book. Bloody hell. Escape. Something of, I can't remember. Anyway, it was basically because there was a book with a similar title, and that he didn't want people to get confused. So, and I was like, well, no, I'm not going to change the title of my book, to be honest. I didn't realize that was in existence. It wasn't a Fighting Fantasy book, I think. It was another book, but I was like, it's all right. I don't think people will be confused by the covers because they're very different. Or it might have been a book that he was working on to release. I don't know. I can't remember now. Anyway, Scorpion Swamp is what we're doing. I can't remember which way I point. I got to point to the TV. Scorpion Swamp is what we're going to do. This one is notorious for getting lost because it's set in a swamp. I am not using the maps that I have made for me because I want the surprise of not knowing as well. The artwork in this book is quite good. Obviously all line art, but like really detailed. It's really good. This book is written, I think, not by Steve or Ian. Oh no, it does say Steve Jackson inside. Now I think this is the American Steve Jackson, because what tends to happen, or do it here, is if it's the Steve Jackson, you know, Ian and Steve, they put their names at the top, but if it's another writer, they put Stephen and Ian present. So I think this is the American writer, Steve Jackson, not the normal sort of our Steve Jackson. But the illustrations are by Duncan Smith, and the cover illustration is also done by Duncan Smith, which, look at that cover, man. Would not want to make that on a lonely night, would you? So yeah. Rhymester, how's it going, mate? So we can blame the American Steve Jackson if we get lost. Yes! If we have to blame somebody, then I guess you can. Now, there is an additional 2-hour... oh, look at this, dedicated to my mother. My first writing coach and still the best. Oh, how nice is that? With thanks to playtesters Alan, Monica, Gerald, Jerry. I thought it was going to go through the cast of Friends then. So in addition to this, what we get, I mean, we just get the basic essentials. We don't even get meals. So we get magic, though, guys. We get to use magic, and it says here that there are 12 magic spells to play with, okay? And it says you will play as a fighter in the Scorpion Swamp. However, you will most certainly find yourself given the power to cast magical spells before the adventure is over. And if you deal with a wizard, he may give you spell gems. Each gem gives its owner the power to cast one spell. So spell gems, I guess, needs to go on the adventure sheet. I didn't actually put that on. Let me write that on now. And then the gem vanishes. So these are like infinity stones, basically. There's 12 different magical spells that you may be able to use. They are described below, and I'll read them out. When you acquire a spell gem, you get to mark it, and it says if you have the chance to choose which spells you get, you may choose any kind of spell more than once as well. For instance, you could choose 4 fire spells if you want to. Once a spell is used, though, you must mark it off on your adventure sheet. Magic spells are divided into 3 types of categories: good, evil, and neutral. Anyone may use the neutral spells. However, only good wizards can cast good spells, and bad wizards can cast evil spells. You may use any spell that you get. Sweet. But you will not be able to get good spells from an evil wizard. So we have to get the spell from the wizard before we can cast it, is what I'm reading. Steve Jackson is also responsible for Car Wars, the Munchkin series of games. No way. That's pretty cool. So the neutral spells are the old skill, stamina, luck, you know, like the potion. There's also a fire spell, ice spell, and illusion spell, which are pretty self-explanatory. The good spells are friendship, growth, bless, what's bless? It restores lost skill, stamina, and luck points to the creature that you bless. So, can you bless yourself? It says only be cast on another being. You cannot bless yourself. So you can help somebody out by getting their stats up. I mean, okay. Evil spells, fear, withering, and curse. Withering, this will cause one large plant or several small ones to wither, and it won't affect anything but plants. That's kind of handy to have in a swamp, I feel. So those are the spells. It says you may cast one of your stamina, skill, or luck spells upon yourself at any time except during combat. You may cast a spell on yourself just before a battle starts, but once the first blow has been struck, the magic is over. Other spells may only be cast when a paragraph specifically says that you can actually do it. So we don't get to, it looks like we don't get to choose our spells, kind of thing. We have to wait for the magic rock to appear, and then we get the magic spell. And also, guys, mapping. I really suggest you grab a pen and paper, or pencil and paper, and track where we're going, because I won't be. So you're going to be traveling along the network of pathways that make up the Scorpion Swamp, and you'll want to draw a map as you go, because basically we're going to get lost if you don't. And most of the adventures will take place in clearings within the swamp. Each clearing has its own little adventure by the sounds of it, and they all connect via paths, so you don't want to end up going around in circles. We might meet people and creatures along the way, and some can help us, some can attack us, and some can hinder you in some way, but it's up to you to decide how to handle each encounter. And it may happen that in your wanderings you will return to the same clearing again and again and again and again and again. Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, if we don't map. So we need to map. Guys, map it. Alright. There are 3 possible quests in Scorpion Swamp. Is this the first book to offer multiple quests? I think I've forgotten that. For each of the quests, there is one true path that is best to follow. Keep your map faithful. It may save your life. But not all clearings will contain treasure. Some contain traps and creatures, and many wrong turns are possible. And even if you reach your ultimate destination, you might not find what you're searching for. So, basically, nothing is taken for granted here. May the luck of the gods go with you on the adventure ahead. All the good spells. So, I've written down the skill, stamina, luck. We need to roll for it. Let me just double check to make sure that there's no special thing number-wise. Nope, it's just the normal skill, stamina, luck. So, we're going to be all rolling for skill, stamina, luck, which I've just remembered I actually forgot to write out, so forgive me while I just quickly type all this out. Not skull, skill. Right, here we go. Let's roll for our skill. In the future, by the way, when for those who don't know, who don't watch my flight sim stuff, I am in the middle of upgrading all my equipment. So I've got like 2 PCs. One's really shite though. Like, it's not good enough to stream from, and it was originally intended as a streaming PC, and I did use it as a streaming PC, but since 2020 it's just, I think with software updates, it's now no longer good enough. So everything comes off my flight sim PC, which isn't really the kind of setup I want. So I've been collecting parts to build myself a new PC. I only need the GPU and the CPU now, and then I'll have a second PC, one to stream in game and the other one for flight sim. I can't remember why I started saying this. Oh, that was it, yeah. So when I build that new PC, I'm going to get another webcam that kind of looks down on where I roll the dice, so you guys can see the dice rolls, so there's no cheating at all. A-L-E-I or E-L, or thank you very much. Are we dead yet? We haven't even started. Welcome in. So yeah, I will get another camera that points down on it, or maybe from like the side, so you can see, you know, and yeah, so that's something for the future. Anyway, well, let's roll for our skill, shall we? Here we go. Oh, that's interesting, guys. Okay, so that's that for the skill. Let's go for our stamina. How good are we? How long do we last? Ooh, so that's maths today, man. It's not happening. Yes, it is. Okay, that's actually decent. I will say that to you now. We have a decent stamina score, guys. But that doesn't mean anything if you've got your skill score that's not good. And finally, okay, guys, that's the dice rolls. They are done. Our character has got a skill of 11, a stamina of 20, and a luck of 8. Doesn't really mean much, by the way, but it's not bad. You know, it's not bad. Best thing about this book is you can play it 3 times for 3 different missions. That is pretty cool. Let me know if you guys get an ad or something. You should be able to skip them, by the way. But let me know. So, anyway. So, for those of you who are joining in for the first time and who know all about Fighting Fantasy, we tweak the rules a little bit just to keep it flowing and to keep a little bit of element of surprise, because at the end of the day, we've all read these books. We know exactly what's going to happen. So to keep that element of what's going to happen, there's a couple of things we've added in where if we roll in battle a double 6, it means we instantly kill our opponent. They're dead, gone. If we roll a double 1, though, it kills us. We've like fallen on our sword before we can strike. So there's elements of we could die any second. And also in terms of the battles, you know, usually the normal way is to each roll a dice, add it to your attack strength, and whoever gets the highest, the loser, deducts 2 points for stamina as damage. But we just deduct the difference between the dice rolls. I find that a little bit more realistic, and the battles flow a little bit better, because otherwise battles can last forever. That's about it. Also, we put a restriction on our backpack. It can only contain 7 items, and that doesn't include the sword or anything that can actually fit in our pockets, like money or like a small ring maybe. But right now we've got a backpack with 7 empty slots, a sword, and that's it. That's all we've got, evidently. So no more double ones. Yes, we don't want double ones. We just need to not get into combat as often as possible. I have a feeling that's not going to be possible, guys. I have a feeling that's not going to be possible. Roll a 12 numbered die. You can't get double one then. Oh, imagine that. I actually have got 12-sided dice. They're on the other side of this telly, though. But I have got a 12-sided dice. I've got multiple 12-sided dice, actually, because for the books that I write, I was going to be bringing out a load of dice that were specific, that you could sort of, as merch, that you could purchase alongside the book. But never got into that. So anyway, let's begin, shall we? We're almost like, what, 30 minutes in, 32 minutes in. F's yeah, Flaming Herons ahead of it. F's in the chat, guys, if you're ready to begin. Also, I've really ramped up the bit rate, so it should be crystal clear, you know. Yellow Willy, is that? Oh, yeah, Yellow Willy. Thank you very much. Welcome to the stream. I thought that was something else. Right, here we go, guys. The background. And for those of you who have never heard of Fighting Fantasy, I'll just say these fucking books are awesome, guys. And go check out the previous streams. And these books are so fun. So get into it if you haven't never heard of it. And welcome to the Fighting Fantasy crew. This is the dungeon, the underground dungeon. You're in the underground world of YouTube now with Fighting Fantasy. Okay. I get the new books. They're well worth... Yes, they still release books. They still make books. You're absolutely right, Flaming Aaron. Well worth a read. Hardy adventurer that you are, you have never been known to quail at a little danger. But you're no fool. You've always been far too wise to venture into Scorpion Swamp. All your life you've heard tales of that awful marsh and its disgusting denizens. But the real danger of the swamp, so the tales go, is not the creatures that inhabit it, nor even the magicians and wicked men who haunt its paths. No, the reason that few have returned from Scorpion Swamp is very simple. Stinks. Fucking whiffs. Everybody dies of the stench. But the real reason is the swamp is crisscrossed by numerous trails that twist and turn in all directions. No one has ever mapped them except for Rhymester and lived to tell the tale. An evil fog hides the sky, so no one can set a course by the stars. Once you're well into the swamp, even compasses are unreliable. Basically, it's the Bermuda Triangle, guys. They may point north, west, or south by southeast, leading you around in circles until you drop to your knees from exhaustion. So, you've stayed well away from the swamplands, but although you don't know it yet, something is about to change your fortunes. Alright, mate? As you walk along the King's Highway, you come upon an old woman. Crumpled in the dust, you carry her into the shade and give her a drink from your water skin.
Thank you! We just become best friends! Yup!
Thank you very much.
Peter Brown has just boarded the plane.
Thank you very much, Peter. You carry her into the shade and give her a drink from your water skin. What does that mean? From your water skin? She's drinking from your water skin. She necks that bottle from the water skin. She soon revives. You wipe yourself down and you walk with her to the next town, just to make sure that she will be all right. You take your leave of her in town marketplace. "Bless you for your kindness," she says, when you part. "Wear this with my good wishes, and may you never lose your way." That sounds like something Ian would say. With that, she gives you a plain-looking brass ring. Mate, she wants to marry us. Honestly, one sick of my water skin, she wants to marry us. When you slip it on your finger, smiling your thanks, it feels loose. Again, you realize it has altered its shape to fit you perfectly. You know, like in Back to the Future 2, when he puts on the shoes, and they just like that. You've got a magic ring. Guys, who's always wanted a magic ring? We've got one. A magic brass ring from an old lady. As you travel, you learn more about the brass ring's powers. The old woman must have been a powerful witch. Now we know. Now we find this out, innit? And it means that we're going to die with the magic brass ring or something. She's a powerful witch. She meant her blessing seriously. While you are wearing the brass ring, you will always know which way is north. That's it. Even in the deepest forest or in the twistiest town street, you will never be lost. Furthermore, the brass ring grows warm on your finger in the presence of evil. So it's kind of like a homing beacon as well. Hey, up, my finger's getting hot here. Something's about to happen. Even when you are greeted in a friendly fashion, you spend a week with forest bandits, rough men, but honest in their way. And the ring is cool. Alright, the ring is cool and so are we. And we're with the Sherwood Forest men and everything's cool. But in the caverns, it warns you of magic, evil magic, that no clever thief or lying merchant can fool you. So basically, we've got a bullshit detector ring. The old woman's gift is very valuable indeed to an adventurer like you. Thank you for your ring, woman. Now you feel as though you ought to put the brass ring to some use worthy of its magic. Exploring Scorpion Swamp, for instance, with its unmapped maze of traits. It might be the perfect task, and it might be profitable too. So, with that in mind, you set on a glory and treasure hunt, and set off towards the bogs and fens of Scorpion Swamp. The ring is cool. Do we need to get that checked? Oh my life, look at these people here. That dude looks smacked off his tits. Look at this guy. Check out these people here, right? These, I don't know what this picture relates to, but this guy up here, look at his face. He's smoking more than brass rings, isn't he? I mean, I don't know what this relates to, but there's quite a lot to dissect there, isn't there? There's quite a bit to go through. So that's the background, guys. Basically, it sets it up that Scorpion Swamp is unmappable, and then it gives us a ring to make it mappable. Basically, it says like how bad you're never going to get out, and then gives you a way out. Is it Saruman's ring, is it? You shall not pass! Oh no, that's I was going to say Gandhi then. That's not Gandhi, is it? I've got the wrong thing. Gandalf, sorry. Saruman doesn't say that. I'm not up on my Lord of the Rings. But hopefully by the end of this, we will be up on the brass ring. So, this sounds a bit like it, doesn't it? You love Gandhi's cameo. I love it. Yeah, but I think it's a good idea. You know, we want to go get a ring from a fellowship. Yeah, that's a very good idea. Right. Oh, do you know what? I haven't even marked these scores down on the sheet. What the fuck? What did we get? I've got to scroll back here. Right, we had a skill. I didn't write them down. Skill of 11, stamina of 20, and a luck of 8. Guys, you're in good hands. Right. Thank you very much, Flippin' Aaron. So, somebody's tracking today's story. Anyway, guys, Look at that. The first thing it says is you're no fool. But I can't speak for myself, so shall we begin? So, the path that you must travel is a long one. The long and winding road. For Scorpion Swamp lies to the far west of the kingdom. As you travel, you may have many experiences that a less seasoned traveler would call adventures. To you, fighting orcs and goblins, defying evil wizards, and slaying giant wolves, just all in a day's work. As you travel farther west, the mountains around you turn to hills. The hills turn to plains, and the plains to damp lowlands. You know that Scorpion Swamp cannot be far away. When you enter the little town of Fenmarge, no one finds you remarkable, just another average Joe. Many travelers pass through here. Your sturdy helmet and sharp sword indicate that you are a fighter. Not to be trifled with, but this is not uncommon from these pots. Basically, fighters everywhere. Scorpion Swamp, everyone's got to have their shit together, so we're nothing new now. That's it. We're no celebrity now. We're just with the commons, like we're common ourselves. Common as in like plentiful, not as in a degrading status for the people. But when sitting in the local tavern, you announce your plan to explore the swamp. I will map the swamp with my magic ring. The regular old Gandhi fanboy. The listeners are dumbfounded. Wow, Pratt. He's going to go in Scorpion Swamp. What an idiot. They cluster around you, pushing back the battered benches to make room. The swamp, they tell you, holds the bones of many such as you. Not only is it trackless and infested with vermin, monsters, starving bandits, but there's also a group of wizards who call themselves the Masters. They have recently claimed Scorpion Swamp for their own. One of them, a big burly man, escorted by 2 great grey wolves, visited this very tavern last week. He didn't say much, they tell you, but he didn't seem the sort to welcome trespassers on his property. Didn't like it. He said, F off. Get out of my swamp. Get out of my swamp! Basically, this is Shrek, isn't it? We're going to go see Shrek, guys. Where are we going to be, Donkey or Fiona? Shrek! As the conversation continues, you realise that the villagers are sure that you're going to die. So they start hedging bets, don't they? You know what I mean? Hey, Adam and chat, how is everyone? Spellsing, mate, how's it going? Sorry for your tardy entry. We haven't started properly. The first decision's coming up. You're just in time, mate. You vote for Donkey. Man, just sit right here. One even makes so bold as to put his calloused hand... Oh, God. No, mate, don't even touch me with your calloused hand. Alright? to restrain you, he's taking his calloused hand and he's trying to restrain us. He sounds like he needs to restrain himself if he's got calloused hands. As you start to walk out the door. So what will we do? Challenge them for their impertinence? So we start to walk out the door, and a guy with really rough skin goes, no, no, no. And what we're going to turn around and say, oi, mate, do you want to fight? Politely explain that we are determined. We are a determined fool. So what do we do, guys? Do we challenge them? You know, or do we say that we know what we're doing, basically? The team is all here, yes. And we got a couple of new people as well, I noticed. And I got a bracelet on, by the way. This is a uranium bracelet. With it's ion charged, and it's supposed to help with circulation and blood, stuff like that. And it's got these little things on it here, which, you know, but sadly this one has actually come off, and it's actually scratched my skin here. I don't know if you can see it there. I'm so glad that scratch was not on that side. I don't sleep with it anymore. I don't want to wake up in a pool of blood. So right, so what are we going to do, guys? Don't forget now, if you are a member of my channel, you've clicked the join button and you've signed up as a member, You can use your highlight, which I'll show you how that works. You can use your where is it? Your highlight option, like this. We just type hello. When we're deciding, okay, so that's what it looks like, guys. Okay, so when we're deciding the options, and I ask you guys what to do, if you're a member, use your highlighted ability, and you get priority decision. Even if you're the last one to put the decision in, I choose members priority. So yeah, but yeah, shall we all get matching friendship bracelets? Yeah, I should order a shit ton of these and then just send them out to you all, and then you guys can get your wrists cut as well, all live on stream. And a matching friendship bracelet becomes a mass suicide pact, or some sort of, you know. Anyway, okay. So what we're going to do, guys? Are we going to challenge them for their impertinence, or politely explain that we are determined? Sounds a bit culty to me. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking as well. It's the power of friendship. Get a tattoo. Oh, should we all get little fighting fantasy tats somewhere? I get it right here. Yeah, like a man does, right there. Get a Fight Fantasy logo tat right there. You see my tat? I'm a member of the Fight Fantasy crew. How are we all going to do that? I mean, how will I know you guys have actually done that? If I go and get it done and you guys don't, how will I ever know? I do like that, though. I'm not a tattoo person, but, you know, never say never. Spelsing, thank you for being a member there for 5 months. Thank you for joining as a first-class passenger. Pics or it didn't happen. So, whenever you're ready, guys. So we're going out the door, and some you know, puts his hands on us, and he tries to restrain us, and we turn around, and we can either challenge him for his impertinence, which I guess is an attack, or politely explain that we are determined. So what shall we do, guys? I'd bleed too much, so probably not. Yeah, it's not a good idea, these bracelets, I think. I don't even know where it fell off. It's round here somewhere. Like, it must have fallen off here, because, like, I just don't know where it is. Like, I don't even know when it fell off. Could have, like, as I was walking to the shops one day. It could have happened in the bed. I have no idea. What's that over there? Ooh, is that it? No, that's not it. That was gold. Explain determined. There we go. Thank you, Spelsing. We're going to politely explain that we are determined folks, and not to be trifled with, and we're no fool either. But would you like to buy a magic bracelet ring? Faulty friendship bracelets. Okay, the villagers shake their heads as you turn towards the door and say, "I'll be right back." But before you reach the door, a villager blocks your path. He is short, middle-aged fellow with a black beard cut across the bottom. At first you take him for a little farmer, but he seems more interested in you than any farmer should be. Alright, this town seems a little bit too friendly, you know what I'm saying? He takes your arm and leads you to a table in the corner of the tavern. The others have gone back to their chatting, and you find yourself willing to hear what this quiet little man has to say. He introduces himself as Gronar. Gronar.
If you really intend to brave the terrors of the swamp, he says, you ought to have some purpose, rather than randomly mapping and beast slaying.
You're going to complete that sentence, mate. Or, sorry, you ought to have some purpose rather than randomly mapping and beast slaying. Do we agree with his sentence? Wait, hang on, I don't even know what sentence he said here.
If you really intend to brave the terrors of the swamp, you ought to have some purpose rather than randomly mapping and beast slaying.
Do we agree with his sentence there, guys? Or do we disagree? Sounds like a barbarian's name. Gronar. Sounds like groan. Sounds like he's been groaning. Gronar. Do we agree that, you know, we need to actually be mapping this swamp rather than just randomly wandering around? What do you reckon? Agree or disagree? Feel we should have a purpose. Yeah. We should have a purpose. We do agree with you, mate. I do agree with you, and that is why I've got my magic ring with me. You agree with Gronar. Your journey would be much more interesting if you had a mission to accomplish. As well, he nods.
There are 3 men in this village now, he tells you, who cannot go into the swamp themselves, but each one has need of a strong fighter willing to venture there. The first of the 3 is an old wizard devoted to the cause of good.
He stops to quaff a long draught from his mug. Shall we continue to hear him out, or do we want to stop him and say, mate, you're all right there. We'll just take it from here. Do we want to hear him out, guys, or do we want to listen, like, just deaf him off? Like, whatever, mate. Yeah, keep chatting. Bye, I'm off. Hear him out, okay. Let's hear what he's got to say. From one fool to another. Gronar orders another pitcher of ale, probably adds it to my account, settles back in his armchair.
Seltar is the good wizard, he says. Grimslade appears to serve the forces of evil, though through a simple man like myself cannot be sure about such things. I can't even say this next thing.
Guys, this is legit. This is legit what I'm about to say. I'm not making it up now.
And
Poom Chucker.
Poom Chucker is a very strange fellow indeed. No one knows much about him, but he is powerful. Each of them has made it known that he seeks a champion to enter the swamp. More than that you will not learn without visiting them.
So, Poom Chucker. P-O-O-M Chucker. What do we want to do, guys? Do we want to help the good wizard Skeletor? Sounds like Skeletor. Risk aiding the forces of evil if the prophet is right, and visit the sinister Grimslade? Or take our chances with the Poom Chucker? Guys, Poom Chucker, Grimslade, or Skeletor? Which are we going to go with here? We've got a choice here. This is mission acceptance here. Which one are we going to do, guys? I have a feeling one is good, one is neutral, and one is evil. I reckon we go to Poom Town. Who's in? Yeah? Team Poom. F's in the chat for a bit of Poom. Yeah? I'm liking the mysterious Poom Chucker. Go Team Poom. Alright then. Let's go Poom Chucking. God. Honestly. Gronar tells you to seek out Poom Chucker in the village market, and as soon as you enter the tangle of streets and shops, you're lost. You ask for directions several times, and eventually a group of laughing young boys escorts you to a large house on the edge of the market. As long as it doesn't say the Blue Oyster above, we'll be fine. You knock the door, and it is answered by a goblin. Not a goblin warrior like those whom you fought, but a goblin serving girl. She escorts you to a library where Poom Chucker sits. Guys, there's a picture. He is one of the oldest men you have ever seen. This is what Poom Chucker looks like. Dudes, he ain't chucking any pooms around. I'm telling you that now. Look at that. More like, what's his name from Harry Potter? Like, or Grimlock from Masters of the Universe.
Yes.
I just want to see Adam be forced to say Poom Chucker more. I can't believe they wrote this, man. He's one of the oddest men you've ever seen. Oh, oddest, not oldest. Oddest men, sorry. He's very tall. Well, you don't look it. And immensely fat, with an elaborate braided beard and bright red skin. I'm just trying to visualize this. You tell him your story and ask if he is looking for someone like you. And he says,
Yes, I am. But what makes you think you can live in Scorpion Swamp when so many others have died there?
If you tell him about the old woman and the powers of the brass ring, or we can just smile and say, we've got this. What do we want to do, guys? Do we want to say about the old toothless lady who gave us her magic ring? Or do we want to say, we're just the boss? So, that's all you need to know, mate. We've got this. Okay? I'm not giving you my secrets. You know what I mean? It's magic. But we've got it. You can trust me, alright? Which way do you want to go, guys? Do we want to show the secret ring? Or do we want to just say we got it? What do you reckon? His books don't have any titles, I've noticed, except for one. But you can't read it out. Can't make it out. Does this guy not know who we are? We're Adam's Fighting Fantasy Adventures. Mate, that might be the name of the new channel. By the way, Adam's Fighting Fantasy Adventures. AFFA for short. Spin him our best ring story. You want us to tell? Leo says we're going to tell him about the ring. Is that what you're saying, Leo? Spin him our best ring story. So we're gonna tell him about the old woman and the powers of the brass ring we wear. Is that legitly what I'm reading here? Is that what I'm seeing? I mean, I'm gonna have to take that as a yes if no one's gonna correct me. So. Okay. He is fascinated by our ring story. Rising heavily to his feet, thank God it's at his feet, he walks to a small table on which a globe is standing. He spins the globe, and we start to feel a bit dizzy and go, whoa, whoa. And it opens, he spins the globe and it opens, revealing a pile of gold coins inside. Poomchucker smiles as your eyes bulge. We're bulging at Poomchucker, guys.
Will you sell it to me? He asks. I will give you 100 pieces of fine gold.
So, do we want to sell the magic ring for 100 gold pieces? Which I haven't been able to put down here. I'll have to put gold pieces here. Or do we want to keep the ring, guys? Must be my turn to kill us all this week. Why do I feel we're losing the ring either way? Is that what's going to happen? I can't remember. Do you know what? I've read this, obviously, for the video that I did, but I cannot remember a single thing of it. So, are we going to sell him? Hold on to our ring. Right, okay. Say, sorry, mate, this ring is mine. It's special to me. You know? I had to give a little bit of water skin for this, so I'm keeping it. Alright? He gives a deep rumbling laugh. I don't know if that's a deep rumbling laugh, but that's what he sounded like. And you are certain that you see the bookshelves quiver. He is not at all offended by your reluctance to sell that ring. In fact, he is now convinced that you are the fighter he needs.
I will tell you my secret,
he explains.
I'm not a wizard at all, but merely a merchant from another land. I have brought many powerful spells and artifacts. Thus, people believe that I'm a mighty magician. And I let them think so because they treat me with some more respect.
You ask what Poomchucker wants in Scorpion Swamp. He goes,
I like to get wet. Information, he replies. If I had a map of the path through the swamp, I could send caravans through and save weeks and weeks of time in my trading. If you bring me a map showing a clear path to the town of Willowbend on the north side of Scorpion Swamp, I will pay you half the money that I save during the first year.
This sounds a bit fishy, this, you know what I mean? You realise that this could amount to hundreds of gold pieces, but you are still wisely cautious. Well, And we ask a question. Look at this. We ask a question. He goes, if you're not a wizard, mate, what magic can you help me to give me to help me survive the swamp? And he laughs deeply. I told you, I buy many magic spells. Each of these gems here will let you cast one spell. He spills a box of glittering gems on the table. You may pick any 5 to take. I do not think you should need that many though, but I'm being generous today. So now we get to choose 5 magic spells, guys, from the section. We can pick any 5. So, but choose only from the neutral list, because that is the only sort of spell that Poomchaka has been able to buy. So, guys, we can choose. Let me go to the magic section. We can choose skill, stamina, luck, fire, ice, or illusion. I'll write this down, guys. Sounds like Voldemort with a sore throat. Does he? I've never seen all them films. Only seen some of them. So these are the spells, guys, that you can invest into. And what we'll do is I want everybody, when I complete writing the list out, I want everybody to choose 3. And then we will see which ones are common. And then we will vote on those. So these are your spells to choose from, guys. Skill, stamina, luck, fire, ice, and illusion. Everybody choose 3 from that list. Okay? And we shall see. Everybody write down 5, and the ones that have the most votes will be put into a little poll, and we shall decide on which ones. Hang on, this isn't going to work because there's only one answer for the poll that I can do, not 5. So that don't work. So we'll just do it by whichever ones recur. So that's 2 for illusion and 2 for fire. So spells, I'm going to say illusion is 1, fire is another. So we've got 3 more, guys. And if you haven't put down the 3, check quickly, guys, write it out. Otherwise, that's 2 for ice as well. So there's another one. So we've got illusion, fire, and ice. And because illusions come up 3 times, if nobody else is gonna put anything in, I'll just put 2 illusions down. And 2 fires down, because fires also come up. So illusion, fire, and luck. Alright, well that's 2 for illusion then. And 2 for fire. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. That's it. That is what we got, guys. We've got 2 illusion, 2 fire. No, hang on, that don't work. 2, 4, yeah, 5. That does work. 2 illusion, 2 fire, and 1 ice. What's happening? We just chose 5 spells. So we got 2 illusion, 2 fire, and 1 ice. You shake hands with the Poomchaka. His grip is wet and surprisingly strong, and the goblin girl takes you downstairs. You walk through the busy market and across Fern Marge towards the swamp. Sounds like he's got like a little back door to the swamp here. Your quest is this: find your way north across the swamp to the town of Willowbend and return to Poomchaka with a map. So, hope you guys are mapping. Let me take a drink. Here we go. We don't have any food, guys, by the way. We don't have any meals. I will say that. Like, it doesn't give us the ability to have any meals. So we can't ramp up, replenish our stamina. Hopefully there'll be berries aplenty in the swamp that we can eat. You're on the southern edge of Scorpion Swamp. Thanks to the brass ring, you will always know which way is north, but you must still make a map. You decide to map each path you follow and each clearing you enter, so that you will know which way to go if you return to a clearing. You quickly find a path leading north into the swamp, and there's a huge sign crudely painted on a boulder that reads, "Stop, Scorpion Swamp, turn back." A skull and crossbones completes the grisly picture. Bravely, you stride past the warning and enter the swamp, and you can see that it would be foolish to step off the path into the muck. So you follow the trail to see where it leads. And it leads you to a little hut where there's a little man going, and you realise it's Dagobah. Right. You're in clearing 1, if that means anything, guys. Actually, this is no more than a wide spot where there are 3 trails that meet. The ground is very shaky and wet, and huge insects flit over the pools of water that dot the ground. Do you want to step carefully across to another trail, or would you rather just jump over the soft part? Do you want to choose another trail, or do you want to choose a... why does that say it like that? It's weird. Choose another trail or jump over the soft spot. Away, put your weapon. I mean, you know what? Away, put your weapon. Yeah, that's it. Like we're being watched.
I'm wondering, why are you here?
So yeah, what should we do, guys? Choose another trail or jump over the soft spot? Jump for your love. Jump, jump. Dun da da da. Dun da da. Jump in. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Jump over the soft spot. It says roll 2 dice. I rolled. It's still spinning. 7. If the result is equal to or less than your stamina, well, we've got a stamina of 20. So that's not even possible with 2 dice. So it's always going to be less. So it says if the result is equal to or less than your stamina, you made the jump. You may now leave the clearing. Hey, we made it. Which way do we want to go, guys? Do we want to go east, west, or south? Which way? East, west, or south? W-E-S. Which one? Just type in W or an E or an S. West, east, or south? Are we on the west side? Go west, where the swamp is wet. Go west, where the goblins met. Go west, where Poomtang lives. Not Poomtang, Poom Chucker, sorry. Poomtang, where did that come from? Okay. Oh, I hope to God this... Yes, it is. Right, guys, this... It's me! It's honestly me, guys. In this book, there's a picture of me. Oh my God. I can't wait to show you this picture. You enter a medium-sized clearing containing a small house built of logs where Adam lives. You're in clearing number 4, by the way. If you have been here before, which we haven't, so we've not been here, we'll keep on reading. You hear a low growling of a dog. Then you see that it's not actually a dog, but a wolf. Watching you from beside the house. The door opens and a big burly man steps out. Look at that. It's me. Yo, what's happening, my man? This cool motherfucker steps out. Suave. Look at him. Yo, what's happening? Look at that dude, hey? Look at that, hey? Look at that. How can we get this? Look. Does he look like... I can't even do this. I can't even... Does he look like me? You know what I mean? You're not outside. Protect that ring. Where did you get medallion from? Hey, I got a huge medallion hanging off my chest, mate. I mean, look at that dude. Mr. Cliche with his medallion. He looks like Kenny Loggins is what he does. Danger zone. Oh my gosh. Big burly man steps out. Another wolf follows him. Dude, it's the wolf man. The man carries a sword and is dressed as a forester. All foresters have medallions. Oh, but mate, I've got my medallion right here. But you know from the silver wolf amulet he wears that he is the master of wolves. You hail him in a friendly fashion. He answers gruffly, ordering you away. Should we obey and leave? Or cast a spell on him? Or just attack him? What do you want to do, guys? Dances with wolves, mate, isn't it? Yeah. It's Dances with Wolves. Honestly. That's ace. And he's look, he's got all these wolves by his feet. Look at it. He's got these wolves. His bitches. Man opens the door with his bitches. So we're going to obey and leave, cast a spell, or attack him. What do you reckon, guys? I can't believe that. Oh, my life. Kenny Loggins opens the door. Attack! Fucking hell. Okay, fair enough. Oh, my life, then. That's brave. Master of Wolves. Here we go. The Master of Wolves gestures. And he goes... No, I'm not going to say that. And his two wolves run toward... He basically gestures. He's like... And two wolves run towards us. We have to fight each wolf in turn. Then, once we kill these two wolves, we have to fight the master. So, it says, if you find yourself losing, we can escape if we want. So, there's two wolves. One has a skill of 7. One has a skill of 6. One has a stamina of 5. One has a stamina of 6. So... I know, man. What is this? Right, okay. So the first wolf, skill of 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 3 up. No, we have 4 up. Sorry. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we're 4 up on this one. So this wolf reduces its dice roll by 4. It rolls... Fuck off. Fuck off. I don't want it to move. I don't want it to move, guys. I want to show you without it moving. It's moving. It rolled a double 6, guys. We've never cheated, guys. The dinner for wolf. Guys, we've... See you next for it. Guys, we've never cheated, right? We've never, ever cheated. I feel like this is not right, though, to it. Escape. Yeah, shall we escape, guys? It's given the option of escape. So, shall we escape before we die, guys? Let's have a vote. Do we escape before our death, or do we accept the death? Everybody put it in the chat now. Escape or die. We've never cheated, but I kind of feel like this is unfair. I feel like... I mean, that's life, isn't it? A Scorpion Swamp. Right. So, everyone's saying escape, but take the next one no matter what. Right, okay. Run, Forrest, run! Right, let's escape. I can't believe we're doing this. We're going to escape on this one, and... It says here, well, no punishment for escaping, by the way. You have now 2 choices. You can either go north or you can go east. So that's it now. The next double 6, guys, that the enemy rolls is done. I should have said that was our dice roll first, you know? I always roll the enemies first. Ugh. North or east now, guys? I can't believe that wolf would have killed us. That would have been the end, you know what I mean? We have to go north here now, yeah? Let's go north. Unbelievable, that. You have crossed several shallow streams, but now you are faced with a deeper one. This is clearing 34. You see movement in the water below, and you're not sure that you care to wade across. Do you wish to use the ice spell, which we do have, or wade across it very carefully? What should we do? We should have rolled, yeah, exactly. Well, no, the wolf. Do you know what? I've never thought of it like that. Who attacks who first should be the first roll to roll the dice. The wolf attacked us first, so in this instance, that's correct. But I always just instinctively roll for the enemy first, just so we know where we stand. Like, I always do that. But it should be based on who attacks who. That should be the first dice roll. And I think moving forward, that's exactly what we're going to do. But guys, what's going to happen here? Do we use an ice spell, or do we wade across very carefully? Oh well. Is that agreed format you roll first? I seem to forget. I don't think it actually states in the rules, to be honest. Let me have a look. I don't actually. It's a good point, actually. But, I mean, we don't actually go by these rules anyway, so it don't make a difference what it says. It says fighting. The battles. Roll both dice once for the creature. So in the book, you roll for your opponent first, is what it says. Ice spell. Ice. Ice, ice, baby. Doom, 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 doom. That removes our ice spell. That's it. We haven't got any ice now. We've run out of ice, guys. Gonna have to order more. Right. So basically, we do a little bit of, like, you know, we do this, right? We do this, yeah. Right, we do that, and then there's ice everywhere. Okay, why is Stream Elements said MJ Pestridge? What's that all about? That's a bit weird, isn't it? Now that is magic, yeah. Why is Stream Elements gone Michael Jackson? Is that you? Man, that is weird. Well, I don't know why MJ Pestridge's Stream Elements is... What is going on? Okay, guys. We create as ice, and it creates a solid bridge that we can walk across easily. Now, we can travel north or south from here. Which way do you want to go? North or south, guys? You summoned him with the finger spell. Guys, did I summon Stream Elements with my thumb spell? MJ Pestridge, what? I haven't got any command for MJ Pestridge. I'll tell you what, let me check the chatbot commands and see. So there's no MJ Pestridge there. In the timer section, no MJ Pestridge. And nothing else. I have no idea why Stream Elements has gone MJ Pestridge. That is so weird. So we're going north again. Okay, we go north. Always travel north, yeah? The path narrows menacingly. You wonder for a second that if you've reached a dead end, and then it becomes wider again, and you step into a very small clearing, and we're in clearing number 18 this time. We haven't been here before. I should be making note of all these clearings we're going to. You see several unusual trees around you. They're dark green and rather small. Ooh, that is weird. Small green trees in a swamp with snaky limbs. Suddenly you realize that each limb ends in a sword and that they're moving, and you are being attacked by the dreaded sword trees now, and they're all around you now. Do you want to fight them with your own sword, or do you want to try a magic spell? It's Groot, basically. There is a picture, and it does actually look like Groot. I am Groot. That is pretty weird, isn't it? Almost like Thrillers. They summoned the power of Michael Jackson. So you want to try a magic spell? Is that what I'm are you okay, Granny? Daddy, Granny, are you okay? Oh, my life. Oh, my... Granny, are you okay? Are you okay, Granny? Granny, are you okay? We're going to try a magic spell, guys. I mean, fire, that's the one you want to be trying with the trees, isn't it? Although forest fire, maybe not a good idea, man. We'll be surrounded with moonwalk past the trees. Okay, against these uncanny enemies, which magic spell do we use? Well, fire is the only option here, because the others are withering growth. Growth? You don't want to use growth on a tree, would you? So, do you want to use fire spell or not, guys? What do you reckon? Yes or no for the fire spell? Yes! Okay! With the power vested in me, I create fire! That looks like Bruce Lee. I wonder when he'll pop up. We blast fire from our fingertips on the sword trees. They writhe in anger, but they're not badly hurt. And now we have to fight them, subtracting 2 from the stamina of the sword trees before we start. So we lost 1 fire spell, and they lose 2 stamina. So nice, yeah. Pesky trees, they don't stay down. I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for these pesky trees. Burn them. Last time we had a scorpion swamp stream, those trees killed us. Right. Okay, well, so there are several sword trees, but you may only fight them as a single opponent. You are lucky in that they cannot actually see you. They attack by sound. We have to whisper, guys. We have to be quiet. There are several trees, each with many bladed branches. They have a skill of 9 and a stamina of 12, which gets deducted by 2, so they have a stamina of 10. It says if you don't defeat them, you will no doubt become fertilizer for the trees. Well, life goes on, isn't it? It's all the circle of life. So there's some good that comes in our death, at least. Right, rolling for the trees now. Here we go. Don't not be a double 6, please. So yeah, he's got a skill of 9. We've got a skill of 11, so that's a 2 difference. He's got a -2 off this. Do you know what, actually? Shouldn't that be the thing? If they roll a double 6 on the first go, I still have to -2. Or if I have to minus, surely that comes off the dice roll, so it's no longer a double 6. Rolled a double 4, though. So yeah, I think, in all honesty, that does make sense, because yes, if he rolls a double 6, right, on the first go, we still have to deduct the difference of the skill set. So, do you know what I mean? That seems like a logical thing to do, which means anytime we fight, if they roll a double 6, and, you know, it means that it'll never kill us on the first blow, we will have a chance. So, I like that. I like that rule. We make it rule. So, we have to -2 from 8, which is 6. So, we've got to roll 6 or higher, basically. We roll 6. Nothing happens. Sweet FA on the first strike, guys. Okay, so now this is where the shit gets real, because, you know, although what would be the point in the double 6 rule for them if they have to deduct? Do you know what I mean? Because I don't know. Anyway, he rolled a double 3. What is it with the doubles today? He rolled a double 3, which becomes a 4. So we have to get 4 or above, and we roll a 6, which is 2 difference. So the trees are down to 8. They roll an 8, which becomes a 6. We roll a 5. We lose 1 stamina point. They roll a 9, which becomes a 7. We roll
fucking 3. A 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. We lose 4 points. We're down to 15 now. So stressful, these rolls. They roll, a 6, and the other one was cockeyed. Right, roll the second one. Oh, fuck's sake. A 5, thank God. An 11 they rolled, which becomes a 9. We roll 11. So they lose 2. They're down to 6 now. We're getting sliced up. They roll an 8, which becomes a 6. We roll a 3. We lose 3 points again. We're down to 12. Who said that these two... Leo, mate, I think you're right here. They roll a fucking 10, which becomes an 8. Guys, they're rolling high dice rolls. They rolled an 8. We rolled a 7. We lose 1 point. Fuck's sake. They roll an 11. What the fuck is going on with his dice? They rolled an 11, which becomes a 9. We rolled... Oh, I thought that was going to be a 6 then. A 7. So that's 2. We're down to 9 points of stamina. Throw those dice out. They roll a 6, which becomes a 4. This is our chance. 4. We roll a fucking 6, which is only 2. They're down to 4 points of stamina. Guys, they're still weaker than us now. They're still weaker than us. They roll a 7, which becomes a 5. We roll a 4, which means we lose 1 point. We're down to 8 stamina. Guys, this is getting insane. They roll a 7, which becomes a 5. We roll a 5, so nothing happens there. That was our chance, you know. They roll a 7, which becomes a 5 again. We roll a 4. We lose 1 point. We're down to 7 points, guys. 7 points. This could be our lucky break. They roll a 5, which becomes a 3. This is it. This could be the winner. They roll a 3. We roll 6. They lose 3 points. They're down to 1 point. This is it, guys. This is the winner. They roll a 5, which becomes a 3. We roll a 7, which is 4 points difference. We burn the trees to the ground. They're dead. Oh, God. Knackered. Honestly knackered. Fuck. Guys, we survived the trees. Get those emotes in that chat for celebrations, please. My kingdom for a chainsaw. Suck my tree trunk. Ah! I'm getting a bloody head. Oh, my life. Oh. Oh my God, that hurt my belly. I've lost my place now. I've honestly got to find the trees again. There they are. We want to fight the trees. Oh, my life. Yeah, I've got it now. Wow, we guys. Fucking hell, man. I need to have a drink to that. Guys, we still remember our stamina is still on 7. And we don't have any way of increasing it. Can I just say that? You skillfully wield your mighty sword. The sword trees are no match for your powers. And soon each reaching limb has been lopped off. You look around the clearing and you find nothing except a few seeds that look as though might have come from the sword trees. And I've just realized, guys, I haven't got any of the actual music up. Gotta get that music up. Forgot about it. Hey, forget about it. We're in the swamps, remember? Is that a bit loud, that swamp? Let's turn the swamp down a bit, shall we?
Say swamp, excuse me. Just lower the volume, please. I'm trying to read here. You find nothing except a few seeds that look as though they might come from the sword trees. You pocket them and go on. So sword trees seeds is what we've just pocketed. Sword trees seeds. It's a bit weird, isn't it? Why would you pocket the thing you've just killed? Even as you pocket the seeds, you see new growth stirring at the base of these trees, so you decide to leave quickly. Which way do you turn? North, south, or west? What do you reckon, guys? Beanstalk seeds. Yeah. Got them from, traded in a cow, you know? Precious. West. Let's go west. As you walk west, the swamp becomes even grimmer. Just as you think that you can stand it no longer, the path begins to widen, and you find yourself in a long, narrow opening, and we're in clearing 6 now, guys. You look around and see no other paths here. You appear to have come to a dead end. You walk towards a large grey boulder, hoping to rest on it for a minute. Suddenly, the boulder moves. You're no longer looking at grey stone at all, but coarse grey hair. Red eyes glare at you, and a dire beast with 6 clawed legs moves towards you. What do? Fight it? Run for your life? Or try a magic spell? What do you reckon, guys? Fight, run, or magic? Which one? Try some magic. Should we try the old thumb trick again? See if it is bewildered by that and goes, oh, fair enough, you're a magician, on you go. Okay. A monster like this, you realise, is best fought with magic. So, the only spell we have that we can cast is the illusion spell. We don't have to cast it, but we can. Do you want to cast the illusion spell, or do you not want to cast the illusion spell? Because the only other ones we don't have, sadly. We can try some illusion on it, though. I don't know what illusion we can do, but we can try it. Spell. Right, okay, so we cast our illusion spell. So that's one of 2 illusion spells gone. Alright. No more. We've got 1 more illusion spell and 1 more fire spell, and that's it. You decide to try an illusion spell. Thinking quickly, you create the illusion of a helpless villager running for the trees in front of the dire beast. The bloodthirsty creature turns towards the easier prey, and you let the illusion vanish. While the dire beast is preoccupied, you slip quietly down the trail back the way you came. Bye-bye! We did it, guys. They bought it. Hook, line, and sinker. To your dismay, the deadly sword trees have already grown back. Do you want to fight them with your sword, or would you prefer to use a magic? The trees have grown back, guys. Did we forget that? Do we want to try magic or fight them with the sword? We have 1 fire spell and 1 illusion spell. Scorpion Swamp claims its next victim. Coming soon to a theatre near you. Don't fancy our chances with these guys. I'm sure I asked for a chainsaw. Check our backpack. Yeah, I don't fancy our chances here. I think this is going to be the end, guys. Let's see how it plays out, shall we? Are we going in with magic? Are we going balls deep with magic, or are we going to whip out our sword? What do you reckon? We've got a sharp sword, guys. We got a sharp one. What do you reckon? Save that fire spell, it only does 2 damage. So we're going in with the sword then. The sword, right. Okay. There are several sword trees, but you may only fight them as a single opponent. You are lucky in that they cannot see you, they attack by sound, they have a skill of 9 and a stamina of 12. So, we minus 3, no 2, sorry, minus 2. They roll a 4, which becomes a 2. And we roll an 8, which means they lose 6. They're down to 6 stamina already with just the first dice roll. Wow. They roll double 1s, guys. Woo! We defeat them all. We defeat them all, guys. They just rolled a double 1. You skillfully wield your mighty sword. They're no match for us. And we get to pocket some more tree seeds. We pocket them and we move on. Even as you pocket the seeds, you see new growth stirring at the base of the trees. Which way do you want to go? North, south, or west? Let's not come here a third time. Yeah, guys, remember which way we went that took us back there. Yeah? North, south, or west, guys? North this time. Okay. The path dips slightly downwards and leads to a grassy clearing. It's clearing 29. In the middle of the clearing lies a white creature. In the middle of the clearing... Sorry, I thought I would... At first you think it is a horse, but when it turns to face you, you realize that it is in fact a unicorn! Look at that! Got a beautiful unicorn! Woo! It appears to be wounded. Great claw marks score its flank, but it gets to its feet and lowers its horn to you, snorting a challenge. Do you want to run away, fight it, or cast a spell, guys? It looks like it's angry. It's been hurt. It's in a state, you know, and it needs to, it wants to attack us by the looks of it. We can either fight it, we can either run away, or we can cast a fire or illusion spell. What do you reckon, guys? What spell options? Fire or illusion? We do like to fight. So is that... I got 2 here. Are we saying we want to cast a spell or fight it? We have a fire and illusion spell. What do you reckon? Guys, refresh your browser as well sometimes. You might be behind, guys. You might be behind. So refresh the browser to refresh where we are. You're gonna go with what Leo says, yeah? What did Leo say? What spell options? We want to cast a spell then, okay? Cast a spell. Which spell do you wish to cast? Fire is the only option. So do we want to cast the fire spell? Or do we not want to cast the fire spell? It's the only option of magic that we can use. We should leave. I don't want to barbecue this horse. It's either horse meat for dinner or it's not. Are we casting a fire spell or are we not? Spellsling says I think we should leave, but that's not one of the options. So is that saying that we don't want to cast a fire spell? Leo says I don't want to barbecue this horse, so that must be that we don't want to cast a fire spell. Is that correct, guys? Give me some direction here, yeah? Casting or not? Because it says turn back and choose again if we don't. So we either have to run or fight if we don't cast the fire spell. It's either run or fight. Run. Okay. We're going to run away. You must leave by the same path you took to reach this clearing. Turn 2 and take that path. Okay. Now there are 4 exits. Which way do we go? North, south, east, or west, guys? We've run away. So now we can either go north, south, east, or west. Not the trees again. One of them might lead us to the trees, guys. One of them might lead us to the trees. Oh. West. Okay. The path becomes wider by degrees, and you see flowers growing here and there. This is clearing 23. But you feel the hairs on the back of your neck begin to stand up. Something is wrong. Your brass ring is warning you of evil. You look around and see nothing but the pretty flowers growing thickly along the path. Then you remember the old stories of the fear flowers. You know that the flowers themselves are frightening you. Their pollen induces terror, and you're shaking and you lose 1 skill point. Oh dear. That's not good, is it? Yeah, we've got a warm ring, guys. Do you want to try and run past the flowers? Or do you want to attack them with your sword? Or do you want to try a magic spell? What do you reckon, guys? A magic spell, run, or attack? Which one? We can use fire. Okay, so we're going to cast a magic spell. Let's see if fire is an option. Fire is an option, yes. We can use fire if we want to. Do you guys want to use fire against the fear flowers? To prevent our ring from getting too warm. We're a bit of an arsonist. We're burning the swamp to the ground so we can find our way through easier. Doing everyone a favor. Let's cook them, yeah? Okay, we'll use the fire spell. This is the last fire spell we can use until we get some more magic gems, guys. So once we do this, it's no more fire after this, and we've only got 1 illusion spell left. So that's the fire gone. You cast your fire spell on the fear flowers. Many of them are burnt, but many more are unharmed. You must now try to escape. Your fear intensifies as you run away from the fear flowers. Lose another skill point. Bloody hell, man. We're down to 9 skill now. When you are past the bulk of the flowers, the fear subsides a little, but we still don't get our point back. Rip. There are 2 exits from the clearing. Do you want to go north or do you want to go east? Everything comes at a cost. Do you want to go north or do you want to go east? It was back her skill, you bloody posy. Definitely north, okay. As you continue north, the swamp seems to change in character. It becomes less gloomy and more like a tropical jungle. Brightly colored birds flit through the trees. We're in clearing 14 now. Ahead of you on a low branch sits a huge red and yellow parrot. As you come nearer, it speaks to you.
Ah, who are you? And what is your business with the mistress of birds? Ah,
What will we say? Will we attack the parrot or ask to meet its mistress? Got a talking parrot here, guys.
ah.
I'm thinking it's the parrot from Aladdin, you know? It's the parrot from Aladdin. That's it. Spell things on the same wavelength. Mistress. We're going to ask to meet its mistress. Show me your mistress, little parrot.
Ah,
Parrot fixes you with a beady eye.
ah. Just walk forward. She knows that you're coming. Ah.
You go through a screen of low palm trees and find yourself in a beautiful glade. Thousands of colored birds fill the air and the surrounding trees. Great herons and eagles stalk about. Seated on a low pedestal on the midst of the splendor is a lovely woman who you know must be the mistress of birds. She greets you by name and asks you your business. You reply, of course, depends on your patron. So will we say it's Poomchucker is our patron. So here's a picture of the mystical girl. That's her there. So she likes birds. So she's into birds. Alright. And Poomchucker sent us. Poomchucker sent us to Lady of Birds. I mean, you can't write this stuff, can you? Like, the mistress wants a cracker. The brass ring feels cold. It feels cold because she's into birds. You know that the mistress of birds is a good wizard. She explains at your quest and asks for your help. She shakes her head. That merchant is very foolish. Even if he gets his map of the swamp, some of my brother wizards are evil and will try to plunder his caravans. But you are brave, and I will help you to avoid the worst part of your journey. Okay. She gives a strange, piercing cry. Ah! She seems to echo among the trees. I have just summoned the great eagle whom I ride when I travel. He will not carry you like a common steed, but if I command it, he will take you back to his nest, which is on the other side of the Foul Brood River. It will save you many hours of dangerous traveling. When she finishes speaking, you hear a beating of wings, and an enormous eagle lands beside you. You cannot understand what she says to it, but abruptly it springs into the air. Its talons clutch you firmly around the waist, and its wings beat thunderously. And in an instant, the clearing is far below you. The eagle flies northeast. Below you see other clearings, and then the wide greenish expanse of the Foul Brood River. Great crocodiles are visible, and other monsters. Then the eagle flies down into a clearing where there is a single tall tree containing a huge nest made out of branches. The eagle deposits you on the ground and flies away. We are in clearing 16. I think we might have been here before, to be honest. We've been to clearing 16 before, guys. You have no reason to linger. You have a choice of 3 paths. South, east, or west, guys. We're cooking on gas now. She has to be a fan of the Poom, surely. South, east, or west, guys? Which way do we want to go? Bird Lady's got one of her eagle eyes to drop us off. It's dropped us off in a clearing. We can either head south, east, or west. I mean, we've been going north for a while, so surely going south is going back at ourselves. East, yeah? We're going to try east this time. Okay. Let's do it. You enter a flat clearing surrounded by trees covered in ivy. We're in clearing 30 now. There seems to be nothing of interest here, so you walk towards the other exit when you realize you are sinking into quicksand. Lose 2 stamina points straight away. We're down to 5, guys. Shit. Test our luck. I rolled a 5, which means we're lucky. We're lucky, guys. If you were lucky, lose 2. Oh, so yeah, well, we lost 2 stamina points anyway. So, okay. So it was lose 2 stamina if you're lucky, which we were. So we get out of the quicksand. There are 2 exits. We can either travel north or west, guys. Hey, Captain Michael, how's it going, mate? Don't blame me if this kills us, mate. We're okay. It hasn't killed us. We're okay. Our stamina may be found wanting. We've only got 5 stamina, guys. We're on our last legs. Will you be my in-flight entertainment in my A330? Yeah, mate. We're reading this book here. You guys all get to make the choices, and I do the voices. We're going north. Okay, we're traveling north. We could die at any time, Captain Michael, so... As you walk along, you stumble over a dip in the ground. Looking down, you see that it is actually the half-meter footprint of a huge hobnailed boot. You're in clearing 7. Rounding the bend, you see a tremendous giant. He looks angry, and he brandishes a great spiked club. Your ring is not warning you of evil. I mean, my ring would be on high red alert with this dude. Look at the size of his club. Hey? Spikes as well. That dude looks like the one from Harry Potter. No way. Although the giant may not be an evil creature, he is obviously dangerous and he bellows at you. You may not pass. You shall not pass. Honestly. It's Gandalf. It's Gandalf. He says you shall not pass. Right, what do we want to do? Do we want to attack him, try and reason with him, or cast an illusion spell? Gandhi's back. Today you're going from Manchester to Saudi Arabia. Nice one. Gandhi's back. That sounds like the sequel to the Gandhi film, doesn't it? Gandhi 2. Gandhi's back. Look who's back. Yes, he's back. Gandhi's back. Are we going to attack him, reason with him, or try our magical spell? We only have illusion featuring Michael Jackson. Yeah, Stream Elements hasn't done that. We'll try to chat with him. We're down to our last spell. Okay, we're going to reason with him. So, excuse me, sir. I'm sorry, Sir Giant, you say. I did not know I was trespassing. Please tell me, what is the matter, my dear companion? Abruptly, the fight goes out with him. He sits down and sniffles. Finding nothing to wipe his eyes with, he rubs his hand across his face. You feel sorry for him. He's so big and so sad.
Somebody stole my new handkerchief,
he says.
My wife made it for me, and I've lost it. And she'll be so upset. I can't find it anywhere, and I can't go home without it.
You ask him what it looks like, and he tells you that it was bright red with a very beautiful... and it was very beautiful. Do we have a red cloak in our pack? No, we do not. We have not picked up a red cloak, have we? Unfortunately, you cannot help the giant, but he no longer seems disposed, shouldn't it be dispositioned, to attack you. So you walk past him. He lets you go. Nice. He's a nice, friendly giant. Hey, the BFG. We just came across the BFG, guys. Isn't it? Crank up the charm. Or just play with our ring. You leave the giant's clearing and continue on your journey, which you can either head north, south, or west, guys. North, south, or west. What do you reckon? The giant is a friendly man, but he's lost his hanky. Aww. Aww. Piece of thread here. Blowing in the wind. Somebody else's turn to pick a direction. North, south, or west? What do we reckon? Continue north. Spellsing says north. Let's go. Ooh. The path leads you northward and gradually up. The ground around you is somewhat drier now, and the swamp trees have been replaced by deep forest. The trees thin out ahead of you, and you see a large clearing dotted with low bushes. You're in clearing 11. You stop and listen, and hear nothing. You hear nothing. You step out into the clearing to search for more paths. Suddenly, you realize you're being watched by 2 huge wolves. If you have the wolf amulet, which we do not, we don't have any amulet of wolf. If you know a secret word taught to you by the Master of Wolves, no, we don't. This doesn't sound good, guys. This doesn't look good. The wolves growl and spring at you, and there is no time to use magic. You swing lustily and strike the first one in mid-leap and cut off its head. Nice one. The companion circles you warily. You must fight it. It has a skill of 7 and a stamina of 6. Fight. Here we go. So that's 2 difference, okay? So he has to -2 off his dice roll. He rolled a 7. He's got a 5. We roll a 5 as well. Nothing happens, guys. First attack was bullshit. He rolls a 7 again, which is a 5. We roll a 7, which is 2 difference. His stamina goes from 6 down to 4. He rolls a 7, which becomes a 5 again. He's always got these 5s. We roll a 3. That's a 2 difference. So we're down to 3 points of stamina. We don't escape from the Master Rules without something going astray. It doesn't even give you the option here to escape. He rolls an 11, which becomes a 9. Guys, we have to get 9 or above. We roll a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're dead. We're dead. The wolf killed us. That's it. That one is it. You could barbecue that unicorn now. Guys, the wolf killed us. Wolf Dane done. Wolf done killed us in, man. Oh, my life. We got wolfed out on that one. So, I mean, hopefully that wolf is a werewolf, and then we actually turn into a werewolf and we live. And then you read the book of The Howl of the Werewolf. Excuse me. I'll go for a walk after this. Bummer, innit? Guys, that was a real bummer. But let's see here. So I'm gonna say, by the way, that next week will be the next one, guys. Only because on the 10th is when the next scheduled one would take place. I can't guarantee that I can actually be here to do that. I can't guarantee it. So I'd rather do it next week than wait 3 weeks until the 17th. So, I mean, I don't even know. Guys, moving forward in the future, we may have to change the day from a Sunday to a Saturday or something. If that does, I will give you at least a week's advance warning. But I think we're going to have to say it's going to happen next Sunday on the 3rd. And we're going to delay it a little bit, so it's going to start a little bit later. Just because I know that I'll be seeing my kids the day before. And I can't guarantee the time I come back. Hopefully it would be in time for the stream. But what I'll do is I will put the time up for like 5 p.m. as a placeholder. But if I can get here back in time for, say, noon, I will. And it will start at noon as usual. Because the noon time is the time I'd like to do it. I can't guarantee doing it on the 10th. So I don't want to book it in and then have to delete it. So it's going to be next week. Okay. And the placeholder time will be 5 p.m. It's not the time it will start. It's the time as a placeholder. And then I will start it when I get here. I'll give you like an hour's notice, guys, in the Discord. And the book we're going to be doing is... Can anybody guess what book we're going to be doing? Caverns of the Snow Witch. Caverns of the Snow Bitch is the book we'll be doing. Earlier is better for me, otherwise it's early morning. Yeah, exactly. That's what I know, like, a lot of you guys are from Australia, so I do take that into account, which is why noon, is good for me. It would have been hard to make the map where we get flown with the eagle. We don't know where he dropped us off. Yeah, we don't actually, do we? Saturday is good for you if you need it to. Bring on the caverns. It's a tough one. Typical Livingston. It's a tough adventure, yes. Monday to Friday. See, what I tend to do is I tend to not do Fight and Fantasy on the weekday, only because I do a lot of flight sim stuff. I'm a community manager for a company called Simfly. Obviously, I make YouTube content. I stream once a week on Twitch. I also do a lot of testing and development. So it's like I've got to allow time for all of that, which is Monday to Friday. If I get a job, that's got to be factored in as well, and everything's got to work around that. So I don't really want to have to move things if I can help it. So it will be next Sunday, and it'll be sometime between noon and 5 p.m. sometime between there. I will try my very best to be here for noon, but I will let you all know. Let me make the stream at least, so we know where we stand. There's MJ Pestridge again. What is that, man? I don't know what it... Oh, wait, does that? That's so weird. Right, schedule stream. Guys, don't go anywhere. Let me create this, and I'll drop the link in the chat so you guys know where to go. Snow Witch. And this is an Ian Livingston one, isn't it? Ian Livingston. Right, so let's change the picture for Cavern of the Snow Witch. Da-da, stream. Next. Anyone can do that. Yes. Done. This is a public one, and this will be the 3rd, and I'll put 3 p.m. No, I'll put 5 p.m. So I don't want to. So that is done. So there we go. Let me get the link for you guys. So Caverns of the Snow Witch. Right, so there is the link, guys. Click that link. Go and put a like down on it. I will put that in the Discord and everything. Poom Chucker is waiting for his map. Shout out to MJ Pestridge. Oh, man. Did you see my dungeon map? I haven't been in Discord yet, mate. I will go check that out. But if you're talking about the Scorpion Swamp one, yes, I have. We didn't use it today because I wanted to have no prior knowledge to where we were going. So, but I will. If you're talking about a new one, then yeah. Yes, please. Should allow links, actually. Right, guys, there we go. Thank you so much for coming along. I want to thank Spellsing, Leo M, Rhymester, Flamin' Heron, EI or EL, Yellow Willy, Captain Michael, and somebody else. Wargaming Dad, thank you very much. Anybody else I'm forgetting, I'm very sorry. Thank you all for showing up. If I forgot your name, just tell me now. Leo M, thank you very much. It's been a good one. We died again, guys. It's always the way. But yeah, next week you won't have to wait long this time. It'll be next week, guys, and it'll most likely be an afternoon stream. So thank you so much, guys, for coming along. I'm going to start the cooldown countdown now, and we can still have a little chat and stuff like that. And we've got 3 minutes, guys. 3 minutes. So I really, really, really do appreciate it, guys. We need Rhymester for Caverns. Do we? I think, let me see in Discord, let's see if that was what he was referring to. Discord. There it is. He was referring to... Oh, nice. Warlock of Firetop Mountain map. Nice one, mate. That is really good, that is. Wow. That's really detailed, mate. You made that. Fucking hell. That one is amazing, mate. Thank you so much. Try to do the map for your books like that. Yeah, mate. Yeah, I'd love to see you attempt the maps for my books. That'll be pretty cool. What's this friend request here? Message request. I have dropped FPS. Okay. Nice. Yeah, guys, thank you so much. Catch you all next week. Snow Queen will get us, I'm sure. Cover on the orc on the cover of Snow Witch looks like a Eurovision contestant. Adam J. Pestridge readings in future. Do you mean my books? Is that what you mean? Because yeah, obviously I'm always up for reading my books. Maybe do that once a month, maybe, or like once a quarter year, or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, no worries. Right, guys, I'm gonna sign off now, and I'm gonna be going live actually, guys, in about 10 minutes for the vlog on my channel. So you guys will see me again. I'm just setting it up now on my phone, but yeah. I've got to do my vlog for, oh, hang on a second. I haven't even captured the... Why can't I get rid of that? Yeah, you guys are going to see me soon anyway, because I'll be going live with the vlog because I need to announce the giveaway winner for August. So, if you're a flight simmer, you could be winning €50 of flight sim vouchers. Oh, that's a tongue twister, isn't it? Anyway, guys, take care. I'm going to sign off now. Love you all. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.